Мотор!
Сцена 2, кадр 1, дубль 1.
Mosfilm is a leading producer in the Russian film industry. It's one of the largest studios in Europe and fitted with the latest equipment. Thanks to our stages, backlots, production facilities and post-production studios, we're able to work on over 100 projects a year. Mosfilm has come a long way. Its history goes back 100 years. After the 1917 revolution, the Soviet government quickly understood cinema's role as a propaganda tool and nationalized the industry, including Hanzhankov's and Yermoliev's film studios. They merged into one enterprise, which was later to become Mosfilm. At that time, it was called Telekino. The first film, post-merger, was Boris Mikhin's On the Wings of the Sky. It was released on January the 30th, 1924, which is now considered to be Mosfilm's founding date. In the 1920s, Sergei Eisenstein, Lev Kuleshov, Vsevolod Pudovkin, Alexander Davzhenko, and other outstanding directors began working at the studio. They were enthusiastic visionaries who worked in tough conditions to revive Russian cinema destroyed by the Civil War. The studio covered a mere 400 square meters, which was just too cramped. They had to create several set decorations simultaneously in one pavilion. Film printing, costume tailoring, and other tasks were carried out in various districts of Moscow. So they began thinking about constructing not just a new studio, but a whole movie city, where everything would be in one place. An equivalent was, of course, Hollywood, which the young directors Sergei Eisenstein, Grigory Alexandrov, and cameraman Edward Tissé visited in the 1920s. The facility included warehouses for decorations and props, storage for lighting equipment, painting and art workshops, assembly rooms, and screening rooms. A picturesque location on Sparrow Hills, near the village of Patidikha, was chosen. In 1931, Telekino moved to a new building on Lenitsky Hills. The studio changed its name several times in the following years, and on January the 4th, 1936, Mosfilm Film Studio was finally fixed. After the war, Mosfilm announced a competition to come up with an emblem. The worker and collective farmers composition, created by sculptor Vera Mukhina, won the competition. It was unveiled at the Paris World Exhibition in 1937. The emblem first appeared in 1947, in spring, directed by Grigory Alexandrov, and has been Mosfilm's enduring symbol ever since. Mosfilm's portfolio includes almost 2,000 feature-length films. Generations of moviegoers have grown up with the studio's output, created by legendary directors Sergei Eisenstein, Alexander Davzhenko, Ivan Puryev, Sergei Bondarchuk, Mikhail Kalatozov, Andrei Tarkovsky, Nikita Mikhalkov, Andrei Konchalovsky, Vladimir Menshov, and many others. Today, Mosfilm is a vast film studio spread over 74 acres. It produces film, TV, and video projects and provides services for the entire film production cycle. The studio boasts 17 fully equipped stages, including 12 large and 5 small stages. Stage 1 is among the largest in Europe, with an area of 20,000 square feet and a height of 43 feet. Many films were created on this stage. The sets for War and Peace by Sergei Bondarchuk, Spring by Grigory Alexandrov, Stalker by Andrei Tarkovsky, and Anna Karenina by Karin Shakhnazarov. The new Stage 16 at Mosfilm has an area of 17,760 square feet and a height of 53 feet, which makes it possible to build especially large sets. The new number 17 pavilion is the biggest and has the most technically advanced equipment. It covers 24,756 square feet and is 52 feet high. Thanks to perfect acoustics and ideal engineering, any creative idea can be realized here. Mosfilm boasts a full-scale recreation of Old Moscow's and St. Petersburg streets, covering some 116,000 square feet. It was built by Mosfilm Dekostroy in 2003 for The Rider Named Death, directed by Karin Shakhnazarov. Here are not just accurate exteriors, but also detailed interiors. The facility has been refurbished several times, and more than 150 films have been shot here. Mosfilm artists and decorators carry out regular restoration work to maintain the scenery in immaculate condition. The Mosfilm set construction department builds sets of any complexity for films, series, commercials and television programs. Thanks to its first-class specialists, architects, artists, sculptors and prop masters, and its own modern production facilities, the department produces high-quality work. The Costumes and Props department has a unique collection of both original items and items created by Mosfilm artists. The collection currently includes more than 300,000 items of men's, women's and military clothing, headwear and shoes, as well as more than 90,000 props, including furniture, paintings and works of art. Mosfilm offers an extensive collection of vintage cars, including carriages, cabs and carts, and more than 100 domestic and foreign retro cars of varying makes. Mosfilm has its own military technical film base for military and historical film production. This is a full-scale production unit that includes tank, artillery, car and armory sections. Self-propelled artillery, 18 units, tanks and armored personnel carriers from different eras and countries. The armory section offers an extensive collection of small arms. All equipment undergoes regular maintenance by VTKB employees. Make sure it's always in good condition and is ready for filming. Mosfilm has everything you need for post-production. The film editing section is equipped with the latest full-cycle sound and image editing equipment. The telekino department provides a full range of editing and post-production services for film and TV. 3 dedicated color correction studios. Up to 8K resolution 16 and 35mm film scanning using Northlight and laser graphic scanners. Mosfilm can provide full-cycle sound services. The tonstudion production complex is rightly considered the largest and best-equipped recording studio in Russia. Music Studio No. 1, designed by American architect Tom Hidley and renovated by British acoustician Roger Darcy, remains one of the largest studios in the world. The orchestra hall, along with its acoustics, allow for the recording of symphonic, jazz and folk orchestras of up to 100 people. Many famous musicians and composers have worked here, including José Carreras, Michel Legrand, Montserrat Caballé and Ennio Morricone. Music Studio No. 2 is for recording small groups. The studio has a reputation as one of the most in-demand in Russia. Bands that have recorded at Mosfilm include Auxion, Igor Butman, Moral Codex, Pyotr Nalich, Zemfira and many others. Mosfilm's professional mastering studio was established for the final processing of mixed recordings and the preparation of audio files for subsequent replication. This includes modern dubbing studios designed for voiceover and lip-sync dubbing. Each studio is 1,400 square feet, allowing for the maximum retention of the natural color and tone of the sound. The Foley studios are equipped with a large variety of textures and are designed for recording Foley for video. The complex has professional sound recording and mixing studios. Studios numbers 5 and 6 are equipped with the latest equipment for mixing in Dolby Digital Surround EX format. Studio number 7 is our latest studio and is certified as a Dolby Premier studio. It's one of the few in Russia intended for mixing projects in Dolby Atmos. Small dubbing studios allow for the mixing of soundtracks for TV series in the Dolby Atmos home theater format. To enable work on a single project across a number of studios, they're all connected via the Avid Nexus system. In 2023, a new cinema and concert complex opened on Mosfilmovskaya Street. Unique from an architectural and technological point of view, it will host film festivals, film premieres, concerts, conferences and other cultural events. The facility covers around 75,000 square feet. The complex is on 4 floors and includes 2 51-seat cinemas and a 108-seater equipped with the Dolby Atmos system. There's also a premium class 552-seat cinema and concert hall. Here, for the first time in Russia, the latest Dolby System 136 off-screen audio system providing uniform sound is installed. The hall also has a 2,368 square foot projection screen and a 4K resolution laser projector. The complex is fully multifunctional. The stage is 9 meters deep, and its concert lighting system allows not just for film screening, but also for concert programs, theatrical productions, and cultural events. The complex has recreation areas and bars and buffets too, affording a comfortable and convivial experience for audiences. Mosfilm is the only studio that's managed to maintain control of its film archive. It's carrying out a huge amount of restoration work on films from the Golden Collection. This massive undertaking ensures Mosfilm movies are saved for posterity. All the digitized and restored films are then added to the collection of the Mosfilm online cinema. This resource provides viewers with the opportunity to see this unique collection of Russian films. The collection is constantly being added to and currently numbers about 1,350 films. All these films are available to watch on Mosfilm's official YouTube channel. The channel has almost 3 million subscribers from 42 countries. All films are available in high quality and are suitable for all devices. Mosfilm combines strong creative and production assets, traditions and multi-generational experience with the latest technologies and high-quality standards. This is why Mosfilm is rightly considered the leading producer in the Russian film industry, one which contributes greatly to the development of Russian cinema and television.